What are you doing there?
We're live.
None.
No.
Yo,
Oh shit.
Business, boy.
Let's see if it's working.
Probably not.
Probably not. It never works.
Jesus.
Oh shit.
Business, boy.
Let's see if it's working.
Probably not.
Probably not.
It's working.
Oh. Conception.
Now there's like this.
Echo.
Oh, greatest fucking thing ever.
Oh, it's gonna be a fun night here.
I'm seeing what you got planned. I have no idea what's going on.
We won't. There is no way in hell we're getting through all of it.
No.
We never get through.
We can try.
We're
gonna try our hardest.
we have 2 hours, and that includes Celebrity Deadpool. Yeah. Oh, invite some people. Who should I invite? Ooh, Matt Heck, Kevin Pollock, Chris Rossi, Bradley, Adam Slate, David.
No, don't invite
Will.
We'll
go ahead and invite him and him.
But you like the smell of mustard?
And him.
No, I don't.
And him.
Mustard.
And maybe this guy. And maybe I'll invite more.
I wonder if that Matt Chesler guy has liked our page yet.
I don't know how to use Facebook.
Sure. That's what they all say.
I'll invite Josh too, why not?
Yeah, I am checking.
I just invited like 20 fucking people. Are you happy?
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
I did. I really did.
Did Spanky help?
Oh yeah.
Tristan's in the house.
What's up, Tristan?
Mia's in the house.
Hi, Mia.
Hey, Mia.
Fuck you, Mike.
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah, get out of our chat room, Mike.
What are you doing in there, Mike? Like, get out here.
That guy sucks.
We fired you.
Did you fucking? Oh no, you can't. You gotta fucking.
They're upstairs, man. They're upstairs, like.
You gotta deal with it, boy.
Now, fuck.
Now you can't put
Oh,
your
we
good
got
place
Justin
there.
in the house. We got Justin. We got
Matt
Jay.
peed
Hey,
himself,
Jay.
everybody.
How are
I
you?
did not. That was root beer.
We're not even.
Root beer was a bad choice.
We're not minutes into the show.
And he already urinated on
Yeah.
himself.
I'm just so excited.
Aren't we?
You guys get me going.
I'm kind of aroused.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm just pulling it out of Kelly in here, okay?
No, you're supposed to pee on other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Josh,
Oh.
specifically.
Okay.
Can I pee on you? We'll hang out later.
Oh, man. It's going to be weird.
There's no meaning to any of this. Get that son of a bitch off the field right now.
What are you talking about? I'm TV's Fred Durst.
I hate the press. I hate you, especially. I'm regretting this already.
I'm the philosopher formerly known as Goldfish.
El Bongo!
Grab him by the pussy? I don't know what that means.
This podcast may contain content and humor that most, if not all, will find blatantly offensive and possibly even demeaning. The viewpoints expressed during the podcast are strictly opinion, are merely meant for the sake of entertainment, and in no way expresses our true beliefs. We strongly suggest this be watched by a mature audience only. Viewer discretion is strongly advised.
Ha-ha! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Not Governed by Reason podcast. We're calling tonight's episode Transforming Your Whole.
Oh,
It's
that kind of hole? I thought we meant whole as a being.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what, isn't
what
that
we
what
meant.
that means? Sure.
Oh God, is it raining?
I think so.
It's pouring.
Yeah, are your
The
windows
old man
down?
is snoring.
Well, welcome. Oh shit, it's coming down out there.
We're all gonna die, everybody.
I am one of your hosts, El Dougal Haas, is what they call.
Nobody calls you that.
Yeah. Is that hail?
That sounds like it.
It's hail.
Damn, we got hail coming down outside.
It's a hailstorm.
Is that window open?
No.
No, still closed.
Okay, cool. Sorry, guys. A little off track. Well, tonight we have got these. Did you introduce yourself?
No, you skipped me, Doug. Shit, I'm Josh. I'm apparently skippable. I don't know, that's all I got.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
fuck you then.
Fuck you then.
I'll go on with my other bit of my introduction.
Good.
All right.
Yeah.
You introduce them.
Well, tonight we have two very wonderful guests. First time offender, Ross Busby. And then we have this fucking guy, Matt Chesler. Word to the wise, if you guys need sex toys, or just pipes, glass, all kinds of good stuff to shove up your butt,
Of course.
Matt's got you.
I got you.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Matt is a glass blower. For those.
I didn't know the GL was in there.
Yeah. They have a glass
shit.
blower. Yeah.
That's only on the weekends.
That's the thing.
I've been getting it wrong this whole time.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Ross here is an author.
Yes.
You want to tell us a little bit about what you do?
Yeah. So I've been a crystal healer for about 8 years, just practicing, playing. Got into this through self-practice. Yes, there's my book. This book's meant to just sort of help you jump into it, feel what may or may not be a mystical force. I'm trying to find the scientific reason behind it, so I've got a unique opinion. But, you know, it's just here's something for me to teach, and I'd like to do it. So, yeah.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
How long have you been partaking in this?
Partaking?
Yeah, partaking.
That would be probably when I was a junior in high school. So, yeah.
Quite a while.
Yeah, oh yeah. So, it's been good for me. It helped me with a lot of anxiety, connecting with people, other things like that. So, and I'm actually going to be teaching a Getting Stoned with Stones classes here in Denver at the first Cannabis Cafe, the coffee joint. So I'm getting that all organized right now. So we're just going to get stoned, smoke some pot, and teach people how to do crystal magic. So,
That's cool.
yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
I like it. Now you can get Ross's book on Amazon, guys.
Yes.
It's called Terminated Crystal Techniques, and we have links up above. If you look in our description on there, we've got links for it. I recommend it. Do it. Now. Buy it now. After the show, because you know we've got a lot to do. We got a lot to cover. It's gonna be fun.
Is it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
That hail sounds like it's gonna kill your car.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's already dead.
Your car deserves it.
Whoa!
Whoa.
It's not the mustard mobile.
It's true.
That
True.
is true.
True. Too bad Adam's not here to defend that statement. So do we want to go over topics? You guys want to go again at some topics?
Let's do it. Yeah, let's jump into it.
So what we do is we play rock, paper, scissors. 1, 2, 3, serve, right? And 2 out of 3. Winner gets to pick the first topic.
Go ahead, Matt. You got it. Oh,
Yeah, you guys
got
get it.
All right,
It's
all right.
tradition.
Yeah.
It's tradition.
1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh, 2
That's
and
you.
3.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
One more.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Whoa.
Oh,
At
Matt.
the end.
Matt with the win.
Is that a squirrely tail?
A squirrely tail.
Let's go with that.
two.
Part 2.
Let's go with that one.
So last week we cyber-stalked a gentleman
Yep.
that had pissed off some squirrels really badly. He pissed them off, and they put like 50 pounds of pine cones in his engine.
Oh no.
And
It was
created,
amazing.
like the hood of his car. But this is a different squirrely tail. and I think it might
be the same guy.
Different places, but we think there might be something up with it, man.
I saw this. I don't understand this though.
Yeah,
it's an optical illusion.
Yeah, what?
This is crazy. 6 young squirrels had to be rescued after their tails got tangled up with a bunch of tree sap. So they were like a spinning swirl of squirrel.
Oh my god.
Spinning swirl.
That sounds like a weapon from Worms Armageddon.
Right? You just hug them like a boomerang.
For sure.
And come flying back to you. That's cool.
Oh.
I think some crazy old lady was trying to make a hat. That's kind of what it looks like.
Right. It does. It looks like something that would have been worn at the royal wedding.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This last
or the
week.
Met Gala.
At the Met Gala, yeah.
Crazy Nebraska.
Wow.
This was in Nebraska. Yeah. They had to be rescued. And no telling how they did it. They don't really say how.
The jaws of life.
I wonder who called this in. They must have carried.
So there's a thing, and this is gnarly, right? There's a thing called a rat kink. And it is when a family of rats gets tangled together from all the piss and shit that they're stuck in.
Yeah.
And it is a nest of moving, some of them dead rats.
Jesus.
And, yeah, it's Holland's calling. Why are you calling? Holland.
Trying to be a call-inner.
He's trying to be a call-inner. But yeah,
squirrels.
That's crazy.
No telling how long they were like this. They said they were about 8 weeks old, so they were young squirrels.
Right.
Poor little guys.
Well, at least some of them they were all alive.
Could you imagine like all of them going in different directions at the same time?
I bet that'd be cool.
They didn't coordinate. You squirrels have to coordinate.
Yeah.
Right. Well, they obviously shared food. They didn't die.
Yeah.
So.
That's true.
Maybe they just had a squirrel orgy. And that just tided them over.
That probably made them more tangled up.
They can't hear us over the storm.
Oh, really?
That's what they're saying.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
Damn.
Or maybe Adam means that at work.
Tell him to turn up the stereo.
On that goddamn radio! Ba-ba-da-da-da. Hi, Kevin.
Yeah, that storm is getting crazy.
It's a brewing.
It's definitely brewing. So yeah, squirrels, man. We still need to create an account. We were going to create an account and post up pictures of this guy last week with squirrel heads photoshopped on.
Mm-hmm.
And start fucking with them. Like, you fucked with the wrong squirrels, man. Like, it's because here's the thing, when we were reading the story, they didn't just like post up the picture. They embedded the person's Facebook post.
Yeah, so we got to stalk him.
So we were able to cyber stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn.
We got really personal.
Damon says he hears us. What up, Damon?
Hi, Damon.
Jenna says, missed you this past weekend, Spanky.
Oh.
Adam says, Judgment Day is upon us.
Yeah, the Terminator is coming for the mustard mobile.
Dun, 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 dun.
And he died. Good job, Mike.
What the hell? It's not working now? What the fuck, Mike?
I didn't do it.
Just making things happen with your
Well,
things.
for some reason our comments aren't showing up, guys. I'm sorry. It was working a little bit ago, and now he's saying it's not.
Yeah.
Are we on Ethernet?
Huh?
Are we on Ethernet?
Yeah.
Huh. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, guys. Should we pick another topic? That was a quick one. Tangled squirrels. Yeah.
I'm gonna pick Idiot of Champions.
Oh shit. Oh shit. So this is a good one, actually. This is kind of fun. Where is it? Parents are having to take their 30-year-old son to court after he refuses to move out of their house.
Oh no.
He'd been living there. They told him he had to go. He refused to leave. And so therefore they're having to take him to court to evict him.
Jesus Christ.
Wow, that's an open and shut case, I'd imagine.
See, he doesn't need regular court. He needs Judge Judy.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
He's gonna get him out of
She
there.
can berate him like,
He's
how
gonna be
are
like,
you?
young man.
Don't piss up my leg and tell me it's raining.
Yeah.
Turn it to R. Kelly.
I don't want to see R. Kelly and Judge Judy do things.
Oh, right.
I'm never gonna get that out of my head. Thanks, man. I fucking hate you so much. Oh.
So he's actually fighting them on this.
Good.
The balls.
They've given him several written notices now that he needs to leave.
It's like, I don't know how to read, Mom.
He says he has 6 months, technically, by law. He also says that there is no reason given for him to leave and that the filings are simply in retaliation. He claims that he has never been expected to contribute to household expenses or assisted with chores and the maintenance of the premises, and claims that this is simply a component of his living agreement.
He's just like, Mom, Dad, I'm not gonna do anything.
His hearing was set for today.
Wow.
They're gonna make him go to boot camp.
I mean, do you think this? I mean, this is crazy. I think
That is pretty crazy.
Are the parents wrong? Are they wrong in the sense of that they allowed him to be this way until he was fucking 30?
That is kind of their problem. What they need to do is they need to get a divorce, and then the mom needs to marry a guy who has another 30-year-old son. And then they will become best friends, and they'll end up working together and moving out together. And I just described the plot to Step Brothers, didn't I? God damn it. I thought that was an original idea.
It can be. Just
Yeah,
change
they're
the
30.
characters,
They're 30. They're 40 in that movie. It's totally different. They'll do kung fu in the basement instead of karate in the garage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got this.
I think you're onto something, man.
Hollywood, here I come.
So, yeah, I mean, I think it's crazy that he's fighting it.
Yeah.
30 years old.
I bet
Shut up, Adam. You don't know. Sorry. He just.
How do you feel about
I bet you went to law school.
No, he didn't. He still lives at home at 30.
There's a lot of unemployed lawyers.
If he's not doing chores or giving rent, or I don't think he's doing anything but playing WoW. Like that's just through and through.
That's fair.
Like he's just too smart for his own good at this point.
Nerd.
I find it hilarious that he even put that. I don't have to do shit around the house. Why should I have to?
Yeah, it wasn't part of our contractual obligation that I signed when I was born.
Can you imagine being a lawyer fighting on his behalf? Like, yeah, he's totally right about all of this.
Right.
Like,
He's just like, no, it'd be more like a, yeah, he's right. Yeah. How much money am I gonna get for this? Okay. Okay. Oh, how much? Okay. Yeah, he's in the right.
right. He could just get his own apartment at that price.
Yeah.
It's true.
It is true. A loft. I'd make him sleep in a storage unit. That's the punishment. You gotta make him live in the. You store it.
In the doghouse.
Sure.
Out back.
Out back.
Yeah. Give the dog his room.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Gotta be
The
nice
dog
to our
deserves
dogs.
it.
Yeah.
Man. Definitely deserves it.
Fucking. I love dogs.
This kid is a hoot.
Yeah.
And it just says a lot about the way our fucking generations are.
I know.
Fuck.
And he's older than me.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah.
They should have beat
Fucking
him.
millennials. Yeah, they should have beat him more. Like every day of his life.
All the time.
Should have just gotten ass whoopings.
That's all he should have gotten. No hugs.
No kisses.
Just ass whippings.
No Christmas presents. No birthday
No.
gifts. Just ass whoopings.
And cigarette burns.
Participation trophies.
Yeah.
And cigarette burns.
Yes.
That's what Mom would call mommy's kisses.
You know what the worst part is? That's not a joke. I know his mom. She loves giving mommies kisses.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
That's why you never see Doug without sleeves on.
Yeah. It's true.
Just kidding, peace.
I don't think he is, Mom. I don't think he is.
I'm not.
Fuck, we're flying through topics, man.
Sure.
What do you want next?
Oh, fuck, it's my turn?
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about...
Sex?
No.
Baby?
No? No. Let's talk about the drugs don't work.
The drugs don't work. Which part do you want to talk about first?
Brett Favre.
Yeah? What's up with Brett Favre?
So, Brett Favre has recently announced that he had to enter rehab, was it 4 times?
3 times.
3 times. He should have gone for 4. That was his number.
Yeah, that's true.
He still has time. He's got like 10 more years left before he dies of a drug overdose. That's all right. But you know, I feel like this isn't really news. He played for the Jets, and you got to be on drugs to play for the Jets.
He played for the Jets.
I know you don't understand that, Doug, because you're like sports-tarded.
So, he said that at one point he was taking as many as 14 Vicodin at one time.
It's a man.
During the 95 season in Green Bay.
He wears Wranglers.
Right.
He's the man. Holy shit.
Jeez, that's a lot of Vicodin.
That is a lot of Vicodin.
Why didn't you just go for a better pill? Like Percocet or something.
Well, it's because he had a broken neck and shit, and like he played through the pain because he didn't want to lose a spot because he kind of sucks.
So he's gone through them throughout the 90s, pretty much.
No.
So mostly to get off, drinking and pills.
Damn, that's a lot of pills.
Fucking Brett Favre.
Right.
Throwing touchdowns.
I was really
Pilled
hoping...
out of his mind. We take one and can't even drive anywhere. We're like, we shouldn't operate heavy machinery. Brett Favre's over here crushing 14 in his Gatorade.
Yeah, but he's still
winning.
Probably still in pain though.
Oh yeah, I bet. He probably doesn't even fucking feel it anymore.
Worse pain.
Yeah, I love football. I played football in high school. I liked it in college. But then like all the Colorado teams started choking, and I just got sick of watching sports and my team sucking. But
yeah, we thought building an arena would help ours.
Oh my god,
and none of that tax money goes to the city, and that's when I got like, I'm over this. I can't even afford a beer when I go to a game, and it's like, and then the concussions and the people like.
And knowing that they're sponsored by fucking Vicodin.
What? Yeah! I did not know that. I want to be a football player now.
Oh, sure. Right.
Cupcake! Oh, hello. Chris Morgan. You know Chris Morgan?
I don't.
Hi, Chris Morgan.
I don't know Chris Morgan.
Hi, Chris.
Anyways, what are we doing?
Talking about the drugs don't work.
The drugs don't work. So yeah, I mean, I think this is probably a very common thing.
Oh yeah.
With the
and I feel like this isn't even really news.
Right.
Because I remember hearing about that 14 Vicodin a day thing back in like 2012 or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Is that just like a known quote of his?
Yeah. It's I took 14 Vicodin a day, and man, these Wranglers. Oh, at a time, yes. And then, man, these Wranglers are comfortable.
Oh fuck!
Because that's the only line he could remember for the commercial after all the concussions. Hi-yo.
Oh, fuck.
Well, I'm sorry that he turned his brain into mashed potatoes playing football. It wasn't my choice.
You know what I find crazy about football? Is that anymore, you don't see the role models.
Yeah, you do.
They're not
Chad
really role
Ochocinco.
models. I wouldn't say that. There's still something fucked up about them in some way or another, you know?
Like dog
They're all
fighting.
just vicious
dog fighting,
as fuck
who's the guy that like right hooked his wife in the elevator?
Ray Rice.
Ray Rice.
You know what? You guys, you're
But
not.
We used to have like John Elway.
Yeah.
No, but I mean like people who were public figures and shit. Troy Aikman and Emmett
Dan
Smith
Marino.
back in the 90s, yeah.
Okay.
Dan Marino, they were talking out. They were doing like anti-drug campaigns and shit like that.
As they were doing a bunch of drugs.
Michael Jordan, you know.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right.
But we don't see that anymore.
There's one.
Who? Kobe Bryant?
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. He's an upstanding citizen. All he did was get a lady pregnant and then leave her for a Brazilian supermodel and then win like fucking 5 Super Bowls.
Let's be honest. That's the right choice. That is the right choice.
That is the right choice. I do that every fucking time if they win me 5 Super Bowls and give me a...
Really 5?
Yeah.
How?
Because he's the man. There was Deflategate, there was Spygate, there was the Tuck Rule, there was Venetary. No, not Venetary.
The suspicious comeback?
Gustaski. Hey, shut up. That was a good one.
That was a suspicious
Sports is not fake.
Tom Brady is a bag of dicks.
Yeah, a bag of golden dicks that win championships.
He really is.
Yeah.
So there was a really crazy meth bust recently in South Carolina. I mean, fucking North Carolina. Sorry, crazy. $90 million worth of liquid meth found in a semi truck in North Carolina. $90 million.
Or enough to supply Alabama.
A big reason why they ship it, like the cartels will ship it in liquid form.
Right.
Because they can, it's actually easier for them to, and it's concentrated at that point. So when it's over here, they can turn it into a shit ton of meth.
Yeah. Right.
And that's basically what they've been doing.
You know an awful lot about that, Doug. Is there some things you're not telling us?
I've been a truck driver before, man.
Oh, okay.
Not legally.
I thought you were a lot lizard.
So they said there was 120 gallons of liquid meth. That's enough to be converted into 454 kilograms of crystal.
Damn.
Fuck.
That's a lot of meth.
These guys are going away for a while. Definitely going away for a while.
That's good.
Right. Just imagine, that's not the first time.
Raltopite areola.
Yeah, right.
That's I mean,
no, it's
phonics.
areola.
Areola.
Yeah, you gotta roll
And Aquilio Perez Pineda? Pinata.
We never said we were smart.
They say that they're being held on $3 million bonds. Fucking $90 million worth of meth?
That's a fuck ton of meth.
Man.
How much do you think they had hidden up their butts?
All of it.
And that's where they found it?
Yeah.
They're like, they were in the semi-truck.
Please don't open me like a piñata.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. That was wrong.
Go for the candy. That is
very methed up. Super methed up.
Very.
I mean, that is just a lot of fucking meth.
That is a lot of meth. Yeah. Thank goodness they got it off the streets so they can recycle it back into the streets.
But it makes you wonder.
Or the Adwall.
How many of these trucks are out there?
Right.
I'm gonna stop every semi I see now.
Right. Well, Fast and Furious it. Just drive up and...
Yeah, just go straight in the
Get that Peterbilt.
I like it.
So, it makes you think, like, how many of these are out there? A big reason why you don't see meth labs here very often anymore is because the Mexican mafia have taken over. Yep. And they get a lot of these ingredients that are in it to make it, like, really crazy intense clinical grade shit from pharmaceutical companies. Right. They've been caught selling on the book fucking chemicals to these groups that are known to be manufacturing meth. Right. It's fucking crazy.
Right.
So you're not seeing the shake and bake shit as much anymore. Crank.
Yeah.
You're not seeing it. You're seeing this fucking Mexican super meth, and it's fucking people up.
Right.
Right. I see it every day.
Right.
At what it's doing to people, you know.
Right.
Jesus.
Right.
And it's everywhere. It's fucking everywhere.
Is this supposed to be like cheap as fuck too?
It's supposedly cheap as fuck. I don't know. I haven't bought meth in fucking 13 years, 14 years.
I remember when we had like a drug course at like high school, like just like a little mini segment of like the health class, and they were talking about I-25 being like called the Crystal Highway because it goes directly to Mexico.
I believe it. And up to Wyoming, where they can probably convert it real easily and disperse it, because nobody gives a fuck about what you're doing in Wyoming.
No.
The company is Chain just got caught selling the what is it? The precursor not too long ago. Exactly. Yeah, it was one of the companies attached to Vyvanse.
Oh, sure.
Which that shit's insane. That is meth. That is pharmaceutical meth in a fucking pill.
Right.
And I don't care what you say, it is.
No.
It is.
No, I had Adderall. It's methamphetamine salts.
Absolutely.
Like, straight up. And it's just like, where's the line? Like, why is this okay, but marijuana's not?
Right.
And, like, why is there an issue?
Because they have a better lobbying group. That's why.
Why exactly? I
The
think we
only
all know
thing,
that. Yeah.
there is a slight difference in the way they adjust it to where it doesn't create some of the loss of inhibition and moral value.
No, sure.
Because meth, that is a side effect of meth. When people get hooked on meth, you will watch it become a quick destroyer of morals. Like, faster than any drug, I would argue. Even heroin. Within months, you'll see people fucking selling their children or selling themselves, and just, it destroys morals, and part of it was designed to do that.
Right.
So in war, people didn't question going and killing a bunch of people. They were hyped up about it.
Right.
When now they use it for suicide bombers. You know, meth is designed, and a side effect is being up.
Right.
I would say, but it was, I really do firmly believe, originally designed to kill your rational thought and to destroy your moral value.
Right. I've never heard of
You
the...
see it.
It's brainwashing. Right?
Yeah, it is. Joe says, hi, Ross.
Oh, hey, Joe. How you doing?
Hi, Amanda. But it's a rough drug.
Yeah.
And you watch it. Like, I mean, you see the faces of meth shit. You see it here. It does a very physical impact on, like, it destroys bones. It destroys all sorts of shit. It's fucked up. It permanently damages the brain more than other drugs.
Well, what's with the stereotype of, like, cleaning your bathroom with a toothbrush? Like, why is that, like, you know, like, what is that, the inhibition lesson? You're just like, I need to do anything. And...
You know, I found that most tweakers that are on the long run with it are really gross.
Oh, sure.
They're actually not very clean people.
Oh, okay.
And there's half-done projects everywhere. Like, not just, like, half-done. And it's insane. It really just does. I had a person in the shop yesterday that was just so far gone that I thought they were going to have a heart attack in the fucking shop.
Jesus.
And dressed in weird drag. I don't mean like drag is weird. I mean it was a weird take on drag, like straight trailer park hooker look going on. And they had a two-way radio and a body cam in their bra that they would pull out and like just talking a million miles per hour. And
they were definitely
freaky. We get some weird characters, and it just, you could tell it destroyed that fucking person's head, like straight up. They were gone.
Right.
Even if you'd never done meth, you'd look at that person and say,
right, you know,
that poor guy.
And I'm pretty sure shooting it, like the other customers were real uncomfortable. They were like staring at them. I would say, "What's up, Ryan? How you doing?" Ryan Wilson from Good Vibes Glass in Loveland. Loveland. So yeah, that's part of it. But back on Ritalin.
Yeah.
The NRA this week made a very bold claim by saying that guns aren't necessarily the problem with all these school shootings. Instead, it's the Ritalin that we are over-prescribing our children.
Right.
Now, people got up in arms real fucking quick about that. But is it true? Once again, if meth can make you lose your moral values, is Ritalin causing this? And I mean, I do think that I saw something a while back that a lot of these shooters have been on different psychotropic drugs, not just Ritalin, but different psychotropic drugs. And we don't know what the long-term damage of an individual is on a lot of these. We just pay to pass them. We have drugs that enhance drugs, Abilify. Shit like that. Oh, your regular fucking poison isn't working? Well, here's a poison to increase the other poison in your brain so you can feel like you've had a hug today.
Right.
Is it causing this violence?
Well, and what I would say is, like, if you're like mentally unhealthy or you get on a mental, like, a bad track for your, thought process, and you're going 100 miles an hour, yeah, that can take you weird places, and especially at a young age where you're like, what's going on, and like I was on an anti-anxiety medication, and that was even just messing me up. Where it's like, do you know if you're who's in control of your mind at this point?
Yeah.
And I had to take myself off because it's like, am I having a good day because of this, or is it this? And then, that was me just being self-aware, and I can imagine a lot of kids being like, I'm cranked on Ritalin, and I have no idea what I'm thinking or feeling, but I'm angry and sad and confused and,
hyper-focused.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's like a meme for young kids now to be like, oh, I'm going to kill myself. It's just something that how they handle, like, controversy
it's
and
the narrative
confrontation.
that's available.
Yeah. They're like, oh, it's way out. I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to do this. And I'm just, And you're like, dude, all right, well.
Exactly, Damon. He says serotonin reuptake inhibitors, Prozac, Wellbutrin, etc. Well, that's the thing, is Shantex. This anti-smoking drug, it's supposed to help you quit smoking, right?
Yeah,
It's Wellbutrin, essentially, with a few extra little ingredients.
Really?
Okay.
And what are some of the side effects, they say? Homicidal and suicidal thoughts and behavior, confusion, loss of memory, all sorts of shit. I'm trying to quit smoking, and you're going to tell me I'm going to have worse homicidal?
Yeah, that sounds like nicotine withdrawals anyways, but...
Sounds like 10. You're just going to be sitting there just like, I need to fucking smoke.
I know a lot of people who have taken it, and it caused these weird, hallucinations, fucking, really freaky lucid dreams, all sorts of shit. Well, it's a fucking antidepressant.
Right.
You're taking a fucking antidepressant to help you quit smoking.
Right.
Like Viagra, man. It was originally being designed as a heart medication.
Yeah,
and then it's like,
the
holy fuck, look at that boner. It gave a fucking cadaver a boner.
They all died, but...
we keep remarketing these drugs because of their side effects.
A lot of times when I went to the doctor for a prescription, he'd give me a drug because it had a specific side effect. Not necessarily because the main effect was what I needed, it's the side effect.
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah, for real.
No,
a friend of mine is taking a medication that's prescribed to people who are heroin addicts for her condition. But she's not a heroin addict. It's because it has a certain side effect that helps with whatever.
Right. Like methadone?
No, it's the stuff that prevents you, the opiate receptors in your brain from attaching to opiate.
Suboxone?
Not that.
Narcan?
Maybe.
No.
Cocaine.
It's like Antabuse, but for opiates?
Yeah, I think so.
You know Antabuse?
She's explaining it a little bit, and I zoned out the name, but...
Antabuse is a drug that they used to. I don't think they give it out very much anymore. To alcoholics who had been in trouble a lot, and it would cause them that if they drank on it, it would fuck them up terribly bad. Not in a good fuck up, sick, puking everywhere, and it was an alcohol deterrent, but it caused so many side effects on people that I don't think they prescribe it anymore even. I haven't heard of anybody on Antabuse in a long time.
Right. Well, it's sort of like it shocks your body into not wanting it. Like my medicine man, he quit smoking cigarettes by drinking a tea of 3 cigarettes. And he threw up for 3-4 hours, had his wife take care of him, but he was just like, didn't want to smoke ever again. I just struggled with it too long, and that's just... And it's like, okay, well, I do have one alternative, if I want to, if there's a way out. Yeah. But you're just getting your body's like, no more. Don't hit that tobacco.
Tea.
Yeah.
It sounds fucking horrible. But it sounds perfect.
Right.
It does.
You want to quit smoking, Doug? I'll do it with you.
Do it live.
I would rather quit smoking than deal with that. I can respect his methods. I can absolutely respect his methods.
It's like chew spit.
Yeah.
I've drank that before on accident. That was awful. I was a
Dear
kid.
Lord.
I was a kid.
Oh, that's too real.
I don't know. Do you think that I mean, you've had experience with having to deal with pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
And do you think that it caused more damage than good? Or do you think it helped you maintain through that part in your life? Do you think...
What I believe with medication is there are, like, these drugs exist for a certain group of people, and they work really, really well. But most people getting prescribed aren't that group of people who necessarily need medication.
Mm-hmm.
They think they need medication. Doctors are paid more if they have medication, so they're led to believe that they are intrinsically flawed and they need to take a pill. The reality of the situation is, like, most of the time you don't need the medication.
Right.
And if you do, it's not permanent. It's like a temporary part of your life. Like if you're going through like severe depression, like suicidal thoughts, maybe an antidepressant for a couple months might help. I'm not saying for the rest of your life, but maybe for a little small bit of time. It's the problem that we get like hooked and we believe that we need it to live.
Right.
Or the fact that there can be like multiple uses for them in many ways. Like when you talk about things like Xanax, Klonopin, shit like that that's prescribed for mental health reasons, but then is abused by tons of people, and it just fucks you up.
Right.
I mean, it does.
Well, and that's actually like Molly, like MDMA, started off in, counseling, psychotherapy sessions, and they were found to get, 3 months of counseling done in a 1-hour session. But once it got to the streets, that's where people are taking it all the time. You're not replacing your serotonin, and then it eats the holes in your brain, and then we're like, oh, it's terrible for you. It's like, no, I mean, just don't take a lot of it, and don't take it too often, and, do it in a better setting than... I mean, it's fun to listen to music on it, but come on, there's...
And now you're seeing people that, like, studies of them using Special K, fucking ketamine for PTSD and depression treatments, and that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That was a cat tranquilizer.
Yeah. I saw a doctor, he's prescribed it once a year because it, like, shuts down your spine, it lets the body just heal, do its thing, and then you wake up and you're going to be less depressed. You're going to have less inflammation in the body.
I wonder, like, does this doctor say, like, put this powder up your nose, or is this, like, intravenous?
I think it's a pill. You can get it in a pill form.
Really?
Yeah, I assume so. I mean, I guess I don't know enough about it.
I heard it was like IVs. They went in and did like IV treatments.
Oh, okay.
But is that what people are? Is that what people are taking to music festivals?
The ketamine
was they snort that shit.
intravenous.
Is it now? Oh, I had no idea.
No, but at music festivals, they snort it.
I mean,
okay.
It's technically, I mean, it is the same thing, different though.
Yeah.
Because they're made in different settings generally.
Oh. Okay.
You do see some pharmaceutical grade shit out there, but a lot of times it's
they cook it
recreated,
down.
Recreated.
Right. Okay.
And so I mean, you see that with a lot of shit, GHB, and what is it, Rohypnol, roofies.
Right.
That shit's still around?
If you want it to be.
Oh yeah.
Bill Cosby has some.
Oh, I bet.
What's the prescribed
I thought it was
reason
Quaaludes.
Why do you get prescribed roofies? I mean, is that like if you just can't sleep at night?
Yeah.
I think they were so you couldn't. Yeah.
Is that really like okay?
I mean, fucking Elvis died on the toilet while on a bunch of roofies.
Oh, I had no idea that was. Oh! I thought it was just a bunch of cocaine and all sorts of other. Okay.
I knew it was a cheeseburger that killed him.
But I don't know. It's crazy.
I'll tell you
this whole idea of whether or not it's true, and the NRA, that's a big lobbyist group to be making a move like that against another lobbyist
I was about
group.
to say,
yeah.
Like another interest group.
That'd
like,
be great. They take themselves both out. As far as like they're all being exposed, like, hey, you're wrong here, and slaps on the wrist all the way around, and just change policy. I mean, that's the kind of stuff I hope that just. I mean, I'm surprised we have so much information on who sold whoever that meth. It's just like, yeah, it's on the books. Everyone can read it.
Right? Yeah.
Like, wait, what? Like, we all know that this pharma sold meth to a mafia.
So the FDA's medication guide on Ritalin says to watch for new or worse aggressive behavior or hostility in its warnings. Let's see. Side effects. Let's look at the side. What? You shut the fuck up.
The devil's land.
Stomach pain, nausea, vomiting.
Upset stomach, diarrhea.
Yeah.
Insomnia. Well,
No way.
I go right to bed after my meth.
Palpitations, vision problems, increased blood pressure, increased heart rate, sweating, skin rash, psychosis, and numbness, tingling or cold feeling in your hands. That's not enough information.
We need to go to an alleyway. We need to find some for scientific purposes.
Crush it up.
Yeah.
Burn your nose.
Yep.
That's for science right there.
That are upper butts. You guys want to boof some Ritalin?
I already did.
I'm down.
I already
I know
did,
you
bro.
I know you are, camera. Cameraman.
Hey, Tristan says.
Hi, Tristan. Hi, Kevin. Hi, Sean.
Oh, man. The drugs don't work,
They don't.
do they?
No.
Hi, Angel.
Or they work too well,
They get you high as fuck.
is
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
the case.
Yes.
So is it my turn?
Yeah.
Ah, shit. I want to talk about not all heroes wear capes. You know?
Yeah.
We're going to pull this up.
Well, the first one, the teacher,
Yeah.
would have been Matt's hero, but since he forgot to bring things.
Yeah.
I
Since
did.
he's such a cocksucker. No, you're not. You're somewhat. Not such.
No, I
You're just
apologize for
partial.
that.
You're an anal plug maker man.
So
I
yeah,
do.
the first one, a New Jersey teacher assaulted a cop, and when they searched his car, they found marijuana and sex toys.
Oh God.
Yeah. He is charged with resisting arrest, assault on a police officer, obstruction, and multiple drug offenses after shoving a police officer in a parking garage. He's a high school teacher who was
Nice.
arrested on his weekend at the AMC movie theater. Let's see. He shoved the car, blah, blah. They found marijuana, a hatchet, and sex toys. They do not clarify what kind of sex toys, and a woman in the car with him was not identified. It was probably,
A student?
probably.
Yeah, that he took out on a date.
Yeah, they went to
That's
go
why
see
he
the new
shoved the
Deadpool.
cop. Cop's like, who is that? And he's like, fuck you.
Run away, bitch.
Yeah. Don't make me go get my hatchet. Hong Kong whoop whoop.
I think he was part of the ICP.
Yeah. That's what I was getting at with that. Thanks.
I know he was part of the ICP.
Yeah. He's in Jersey. Come on.
Oh, that's bad.
Thank you.
That's really bad.
So yeah, he's our hero because every teacher needs to have sex toys
And pot.
and pot
And a hatchet.
in their car. They don't get paid enough to deal with our kids' bullshit.
No.
Joe.
He was probably one of those edgy teachers that like don't take no shit from
Yeah.
no student, and he just kind of forgot
He's
where he
in
was
New
at.
Jersey too,
Yeah.
so
He just kind of forgot that you can't shove a cop. You know, from time to time, I forget too. I like walk right up and I'm like, oh, that's right, I can do turn
I
for
feel
that.
like the cop probably had a sign on him that said "shove me,"
Oh, I bet.
Makes sense.
and that's why maybe he was a rookie.
Yeah.
It'd be impolite not to.
Do you think he'll lose his job for this?
Who, the cop?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, for sure. No, the teacher?
I would say yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Because New Jersey
For the
pot's
sex
not legal,
toys.
is it?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that would be the big thing. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And now they say multiple drug offenses.
Oh.
So there's something they're not telling us. Maybe he had PCP.
Maybe.
Maybe some MDMA. Maybe Ritalin. He did have a potential high school student. Potential, alleged, potential. Clarify that. High school students. She probably had Ritalin, you know, they were doing...
Whoa, did you just assume that he was into girls, Doug?
I did.
He could have been into...
Well, they said there was a woman in the car.
Oh, it was a woman.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot I'm high. Oh. Fair
So
enough.
it was a safe assumption.
Yeah. You're smart, I'm dumb. Thank you.
You are pretty dumb.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's one of our heroes.
Yep.
One of our heroes. Another hero we have is a first grader in Flagler who set his school on fire in an attempt to change the color of his mood ring.
Oh.
This kid's gonna go places.
Already started fires.
Shit.
Are you serious?
Matt, have you ever started a fire?
Oh, every day.
Alright.
Oh yeah, that's right, because you work with a torch, right?
Yeah.
But like as a child, did you ever light something you weren't supposed to on fire?
I blew a hole in my bed before.
Ooh, not from the sex? Oh, the masturbation, my bad. Yeah.
It's just, no, you know those like little like...
It's a lot of friction on a stick, man.
Yeah. But what?
You know those like little snappets?
The
I
poppers.
thought it would be cool to unravel them and like put them in a pile, and I didn't realize like there's a flint and like the... So like it avalanched on the bed and like the whole thing went off.
Oh. Why didn't you get that on camera?
I flipped the mattress and my parents still haven't figured.
What, and this was
I'm
the
gonna tell
90s
your dad.
or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's in the 90s.
So he lit a paper towel dispenser on fire in an attempt to change the color of his mood ring. This kid's going places.
Was he successful?
They
changing
did
the
not
color?
say, actually, and I'm disappointed.
How did you do this? Like I'm an adult and I don't know how to do that.
It's heat.
No, I imagine you get one of those paper towel dispensers
Yeah.
and just brings it down. You like bring like maybe like 2 or 3 hand things under it. And then you just light it and just watch it go up and in.
I thought it
Now-
was like one of the electronic ones.
The biggest thing is there wasn't a big fire, but it did activate the sprinkler system and flood a classroom.
Oh, that's awesome.
Ah.
And no word on what his mood was in afterwards.
What kind of mood did he have to be in to like want to change it?
A pyro mood?
Was it orange? It was like, I need this to be blue. Burn it all down. 'Cause I'm a fucking first grader with a lighter.
Yeah, that's actually. Where did he get that?
He stole it from his teacher. Her purse was on the side. Her smokes and cigarette lighter were sticking out.
I can see that.
I could do.
So we talked a while back about a guy who had to have cock rings removed from him in an emergency room in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
And now they have decided to train firefighters over there on how to remove penis rings in case they get stuck.
That's awesome. It's now patient procedure.
I guess there is a lot of cock ring action going on in Germany.
I believe it. They're into some weird shit.
Right. I'm happy with what I got. I don't need to decorate it.
No, you can't even say that because you said you make the costumes.
Yeah, but
So, like, you know, it's a slippery slope that we go down. So you don't need jewelry.
They didn't just talk about that. They talked about the growing increase in accidents
Oh, yeah.
with sex toys.
Oh.
They had mentioned in one case a man having a crochet needle in his urethra.
Oh, whoa!
And another man having his penis stuck in a bottle.
I think at one point you gotta just realize that these people don't have the like responsibility to have a penis and they should be taken away.
Hey!
In the course, they even taught people how to remove things from the bottom.
Oh, man. I hope that's a special task force they call.
The cock force?
Yeah, whatever. I mean, I just don't want to be a firefighter and be like, dude, this is just a random thing I have to deal with now. Like,
Yeah. You'd be like, we used to go out like 5 times a day. Now it's like 12. Like every other call is a cock ring.
The name of the festival, or the retreat, I should say, it sounded like a
Cocktoberfest?
was Mechanical Failures.
Oh, man. Oh.
They were given a demonstration on how to remove a cock ring trapped on a man shaft using a grinder. Oh, God.
Take me to the fucking hospital.
Yeah.
can't you just untwist it and pull it out? Like, shouldn't that be as
When
far
you're
as
on like
it's-
7 Viagras,
Yeah, you have to imagine it's bad if you need to call the fire department. Like, you gotta imagine it's probably like swollen shut or some shit. You can't even see it
it's
anymore.
like hour 3.
Oh.
You're like, I should have called you the first 30 minutes, but I thought I'd write it out.
Oh.
Do you think we're gonna start having these seminars here in America?
I
And
hope
if so, can we go?
Yes.
It's for safety purposes.
Yeah, that's part of being CPR certified. You gotta be able to get rid of a cock ring.
We talked about the guy who had his cock stuck in the 5-pound iron weight.
Nice.
Remember that?
Yeah.
That's fucked
That
up.
was one of the incidents they mentioned as well.
You just break it with a hammer.
Yeah.
No pain, no gain.
Yeah, man, these guys are true heroes.
They are.
I feel really bad for those guys. That's gotta be pretty shitty.
Like, I just got into this for the fires and the Dalmatians. What's this cock business?
Yeah.
I just wanted to be a condom.
I just like holding hoses in my hand all day and squirting it on spooky fires. I didn't want to work with wieners.
I think you did.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously. You get into firefighting to slide down the pole, to make sexy calendars,
And bunk
and...
with other dudes.
Yeah, to fuck with other dudes.
I
Is
said
that what you
bunk.
said? Oh. Thought you said funk.
Maybe.
Matt, you want to be volunteer firefighters with me and Doug?
We bunk.
I guess. Can I wear my
You
outfit?
sound so enthusiastic about it.
It's because I've seen where you sleep. It scares me.
What? Are you gonna dress as the pole?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You do some gold paint
Yeah.
and some KY?
Sure. Whatever you want, Matthew.
He's gonna be the slippery pole.
Oh, dear Lord.
Don't leave him alone with me, Doug.
You asked me to hang out later, so shut up.
Yeah, dude. You were.
That's on you.
You were actually real insistent on it. You weren't
Right.
just like asking. You what? What do you want?
Right, no, he demanded it.
I know. I was like, motherfucker, you're gonna hang out with me.
Do you hear the voice of camera? Since we fired Mike,
I'm the devil.
we installed AI into it. What up, Big Erskine? Remember Big Ersk?
No,
No.
I don't, because that dab really fucked me up. I don't remember anything from that time.
Oh
It
man!
was like Little House on the Prairie.
If you want to see a fun time, look up our 1 gram dab video
Oh,
out of the
fuck.
6-foot bomb.
Oh my. Oh.
That's
I know, it was so bad, Doug doesn't even dab anymore.
really.
Yeah, I haven't dabbed in a while. I get like panic attacks from it and shit now.
Oh,
Like, oh, it's coming back.
what
It's
did you do
happening.
after that? Like, were you just like fucked up for the rest of the day?
I
I was
was.
pretty high. He got like real fucked.
Yeah, I got like shaky fucked.
Oh,
Yeah, it was bad. I puked a lot of water
That
up.
was like your 3-cigarette tea, but with dab, you know.
Yeah, well, the funny thing is, I thought like it'd be like, oh, I don't want to smoke pot anymore, or at least for a little while. And then like 2 days later, I'm like, fuck, I could use a dab. I like remember having that thought because I was just like sitting there. And I'm like, I'm not high. I don't like this. And I was like, oh. I'm like, did I not learn anything? And then all of a sudden, I was just doing it. I was like, I guess I didn't.
It was fun.
Sure.
I won't do it again.
No. No.
Very hot dab too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You kind of have to for like that much hash.
It does not sound fun.
How big
at
of a
all.
banger did
It
you
never
have?
has.
Your mudda.
Did we have a tie or a quartz one? It was quartz.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it was average size quartz e-nail banger.
That's small for like that much hash.
Yeah, it was pretty terrible. It was not fun, Matthew.
How'd you know that my name?
Dude, I've seen your birth certificate. I've seen your papers. You know,
He
he's an
signed
actual
your birth
citizen.
certificate.
Yeah, I was the doctor. Pulled you out, slapped your bum bum, got the cord, fed it to you.
I remember everything but the last part.
What, the smack on the bum bum?
Oh no, I definitely remember that.
Nice.
Eat the placenta, Matt!
Oh fuck. That's
Placenta pie!
Oh, God.
No.
Whoa.
Placenta pudding.
Yeah.
That's
that
okay. I know
It's a
that.
blood pudding.
Oh my god.
Oh,
It's a real good blood pudding.
That's disgusting.
Hey, camera,
Totally.
I would eat your placenta if you asked, so don't take that tone with me, robot man.
So disgusting.
Okay.
I would eat your placenta too.
Well, that's
What's
hot.
wrong with you guys?
We're fucked in the head,
Giant
bro.
minerals.
It's a delicacy in like fucking Sweden.
Fuck the Swedes.
In Alabama.
Yeah. I'm not too
Alabama.
surprised.
You just do a bunch of meth, you fuck your sister, and then you eat some placenta.
Sun-dried.
Allegedly.
Sun-dried placenta.
Allegedly. No,
Your
deep,
sister's
deep
placenta.
fried placenta.
Oh fuck.
For your new, what is it? Your brother daddy baby.
What?
For the kid she just had of yours.
but that's also your brother,
Wait,
daddy.
what?
Yeah.
Like my uncle?
Technically, my uncle's my dad.
You get to pick, Matt.
I get to pick. Okay.
Yeah, don't be a fuck. Sorry.
Let's go with faithless humanity.
Ooh.
No, it's getting dark.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready.
So, our first one is about an extremely intoxicated passenger who was caught peeing on the back of an airline seat
Oh my god.
as he was flying.
Was it United?
Probably. We're gonna find out.
That's it's where you would imagine to see that kind of thing.
It doesn't say. Frontier. This guy was on a flight from Denver to Charlottesville, South Carolina. And this guy, drunk as shit, is seen. Like, he's seen pissing all over. There's cell phone pictures of it.
Jesus.
Of him pissing all
That's a mighty
over
stream.
the back. I'm impressed.
Scream, he's fucking peeing. He's peeing. Oh my god.
Probably some like college student that's just like, oh my god, what did I do?
The flight attendant told her she needs to calm down and stop cursing.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
He's got
Oh my god.
He was arrested, and she was given a $200 voucher for her troubles.
Oh. I was really hoping you were gonna say a $200 ticket.
Then you.
Dude, she got the show of a lifetime out
I
there.
know,
Right.
And he's
It's
got paid.
fucking hilarious. What up, Gino? What up, Alan? Oh, man.
Usually you only get 100 to get pissed on.
I have gotten pretty shit-faced on a plane, but I've never been pissing on the back of my people in front of me shit-faced.
That's.
Oh.
Do you think piss makes the best snake repellent?
Makes the best baby repellent.
Have you peed on a bunch of babies? How do you know this?
Where that
I plead the fifth.
Picture didn't happen.
Wasn't he? Isn't he like towards the back of the plane, like close to the restroom?
Yeah, probably.
Oh my god, that's
Yeah.
even better.
Sometimes you just get too hammered to stand up.
Dude, I feel like planes are a fucking zoo anymore.
Yeah.
They're the Greyhound of the sky.
Yeah. Oh. Right.
I mean, Greyhound used to be where people would go that didn't want to be through the system and there's some characters on a fucking Greyhound.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But it's starting to get that way on Frontier because it's cheaper now than a Greyhound. Southwest, especially these Denver flights. Like, we're about to talk about another Colorado flight. And because Denver is this middle America hub of an airport, it's also a privately owned international airport, so they can negotiate prices differently. They have a ton of different deals and shit. It's some of the cheapest flights around the country if you plan it right. But we're going to talk about this guy peeing on the seat, but also this dude who decided to punch a deaf pregnant woman after a flight from Colorado Springs to Orlando.
Right.
And her husband. He assaulted her husband and their service dog.
Yeah, they started with a dog, punched it straight in the face.
Yeah. And you want to guess what flight? What airlines?
Frontier.
Frontier, ladies and gentlemen.
Jesus.
From Colorado Springs to Orlando. Matthew Silve and Hazel Ramirez are a deaf couple They traveled with their 2 kids and service dog on Frontier Flight 1752 to Orlando. Timothy and Petrini Manley, along with their son, were also aboard the flight. According to the Orlando police, the aircraft landed in Florida, and on a taxi ride to the gate is when Timothy punched the service dog and Hazel.
He had it coming.
He felt the Great Dane was taking up too much space, so he punched it with a closed fist. The punch caused the dog to yelp. He punched the dog that hard.
Right. And this is my favorite line.
Matthew and Hazel, who was 20 weeks pregnant, began yelling at Timothy as best they could. Timothy got in Matthew's face, and at some point punched Hazel in the stomach.
Right, they're just like, what are you doing?
Fuck your baby.
Like, what are you... As best they could.
What are you doing? I didn't even catch that.
I laughed so hard when I heard that. What are you doing? What's wrong with your dog?
Oh, man. That's fucking gold. Oh, now this baby's gonna be deaf because it was punched in the stomach.
In the stomach. Like, oh my! I feel like that guy's gonna go to prison for something terrible, and she's gonna get a lot of money out of it.
I hope so.
Raped.
Yeah,
He's getting raped.
yeah.
What'd you do? I punched a pregnant lady and her service dog.
She was deaf too.
That bitch.
Never heard it.
Making. She came at me with her hands. I thought she had a knife, so I punched her in the stomach.
I just thought she was black.
Critical hit.
Finisher.
Dave Allen.
Oh,
man.
Right. That's such a
bad.
weird story.
We're all going
that's
to hell.
beautiful.
I'm going to hell.
We're all going to hell, man.
Yeah, we are all going to hell for that.
Oh my god, that was fucking funny.
So all over this dog taking up too much space.
Well, that's what they get. You need a service chihuahua, people.
We don't know if they are Florida people, Alan. They
They're
could
just
have been
going to Florida.
Colorado people going to Florida.
What about the guy who punched him? That's definitely.
They didn't say. They're going to prosecute.
Yeah, I hope they do. That's ridiculous.
They're going to punching you.
It's just,
Hey,
they
she
should
was
have pushed him
coming
out of
up
the plane.
On my left side, that's my back side. People should know that.
She just sounded so angry when she talked to me.
Be like, I heard Lou Ferrigno was deaf, and I thought that she was super strong like Lou Ferrigno, and you got to get the first attack in. Yeah. And when he does, yeah. You've never heard Lou Ferrigno talk? We gotta watch some shit tonight.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to bang to Lou Ferrigno?
None of your fucking business, dog.
In his deaf talkie?
He's just jealous he's not invited.
Yeah. Do you want to come?
That writer purposely put that in there.
What?
As best they could.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. That's kind of fucked up.
They didn't know how audible they were, so their yelling was more like.
Did you hear about there was a guy in Germany who got raped by a bear? He was a zookeeper, right? And then they published an article and they put all these bear puns in it. Like, it was unbearable. The grisly scene. He left behind like 3 cubs and a wife, and you're like, oh, dude, like
This guy got raped.
and died.
And died? Well, yeah, if a bear rapes you, you're probably gonna die.
Yeah, I mean, the embarrassment is unbearable.
Oh, dude.
You barely got that out.
I did barely get that out. Words are hard sometimes, you guys.
That was grisly.
That was grizzly, thank you.
Where's my lighter? So if you have a boy.
Yeah.
So our last Faithless Humanity is about Public Supermarket in South Carolina after they censored a high school graduate's summa cum laude cake. Because it said some cum laude. Pretty much.
They don't know what that means.
That is like a really high ranking, in case you didn't know, in your high school. So he should have been able to get it, but they didn't want to include the word "cum."
Yeah.
Obviously, these people didn't graduate high school in any way.
Yeah.
So, summa laude. Laude? Loud?
Summa cum laude.
Yeah.
Laude.
This kid had a fucking 4.89 grade point average.
That boy was on Ritalin.
Yeah, he was definitely on Ritalin.
Hi, Allie.
So he didn't get to
Hi, Allie.
allowed.
Shut up, Mike. I said it first.
Allie's in Hawaii right now on the volcano.
Oh,
Don't fall in.
Yeah, be safe.
Please.
Take a dab off of it.
Actually, take pictures of the inside of the volcano, like deep inside. But, like, don't go in there. Just, like, Mission Impossible it. Take lots of pictures.
Do you think we should do a social experiment and see what kind of shit we could get our local bakeries here to print
Yes.
on a cake?
Yeah. Step it up every week.
Oh, you should have like a hat, like full of like ideas, and every week do a different cake.
How far?
Yes.
I like cake.
Right?
She says she don't know if she can, but she will try.
I appreciate that, Allie. Thank you.
Gotta try harder.
So yeah, I mean, I think it'd be a great idea. We'll get fucked up designs like a dick in a butt.
Right?
Yeah.
Or a dick in a box.
A clans meeting.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Huh.
Like, for celebrating Bill's 50th year.
Right. Cake that says what all the good things Hitler did.
Because you see, like, the news about people... Yeah, exactly. Shit like that. You see the news about people refusing cake making to gay people.
Sure,
gay couples
right,
and shit
right.
for their wedding. But I wonder how far we could get, like, even King Supers to
Right.
fucking push it.
Well, I was hearing there's a lot of like white nationalists popping up here in Fort Collins,
Yeah.
which was super surprising to me. I had no idea
Oh, yeah.
that this was, a thing until it
Well,
started
LaPorte-
popping up recently.
LaPorte has a very well-known clans church.
Really?
Like, yeah, the Scriptures for America. Like,
Really?
oh yeah, that's a
Wow.
well-known one.
Right. Well, I know like the Colorado State, head is up. It's up north, like just up the highway, right by. I can't remember the name. Alt. That's where. That's. White
That's
nationalist
where they burn
interests.
cross.
Yeah.
Shit,
yeah.
really?
And you think it's not around
I
here,
thought we were
but
past this.
yeah, you think
You'd think.
with Colorado and all the pot and the people not caring about things,
Right.
I say we judge people on whether they're assholes or not,
Hey,
but
man. Hey.
instead we're too preoccupied with
Colors and shit.
Yeah.
colors and such.
Well, I love how they fly under like a Christian flag or something. Like the Bible tells me to do it. You're like, no,
Honestly,
no.
the Bible did say, but we like to neglect the fact that the Bible was super racist.
Yeah.
Well, sure.
Like they have clauses about like if you hit your slave and he gets up after 2 days, it's fine. But if he dies, then that's it. That's a sin.
That's not good. Yeah, right.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I think that if anything, the more media sensationalizes anything, the more you'll see it. Not just because they're making it apparent, but also because people find it's fascinating and want that kind of potential to be talked about. I mean, school shootings. I think if we stopped sensationalizing them the way we do,
Right.
it might make a difference. But we also there's a lot of shit we need to stop. We need to fix our bullying shit.
Yeah.
We need to do all sorts of shit. But
It's about the narrative around the whole thing. Like, there's a reason why the flat earthers have gotten off the ground after the internet age. Because you'd have like one or two crazies in town that are like, oh, the earth is flat. And now with the internet, they can communicate to each other.
Right.
And you notice this pop up when you have a much better communication. These fringe groups come out of the works.
Right. But I think that's actually what's good about the political era we live in. It's like now everyone wears their freak flag, like way high in pride. You're like, yeah, this is what I am. You're like, good for you. Like,
I've seen 4chan.
You live on 4chan.
I've only been on there a couple times. I don't know how to edit. I know. My brother's trying to explain it to me. I'm like, this is dumb.
How many times have you masturbated to My Little Ponies?
0.
Ross, care to jump in on this?
Oh, that was a 0 too. That would be. Yeah, I'm right.
Now, Powerpuff Girls!
Yeah, right.
I'm about to say.
At the right age.
Yeah.
Wait, that
As
hot.
long as they're not horses.
The hot secretary, though.
What?
Do you remember her?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
They never showed her face. And
That's
they-
how I like them.
Yeah. She's like an 8 on the cartoon. You see her face, she's like a 4.
My brother says nothing is going to change. It's just going to get worse. Jason Sims says, how does a woman scare a ventriloquist or a gynecologist? It says by becoming a ventriloquist.
That is
terrifying.
Oh, that is.
Gino says, good shit, Doug. Thank you, Gino. I don't know. This shit's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know. The censoring cakes.
Yeah, well, we're going to do it. We're going to get something obscene on a cake, and we're going to bring it on the podcast. We're going to show it off to the world.
Yeah.
We're going to be like, we got people to make this.
Well, I don't understand why these cake people are being so uppity and like.
Because they're
you know,
cake
like, they have the
Nazis.
Right, they don't have the right to censor you.
No cake for you.
Let's make cakes.
I wouldn't even buy the cake.
I wouldn't either.
You know,
I'd have them make it for me. Like,
Yeah.
fucking take them to court, win that they have to make you the cake, and then not accept it after they make it. Be like, fuck you, man.
Do you know the bakers at your store?
Yeah.
Would they make a cake?
Yeah. I mean, what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe
Doug.
when we start.
Don't talk about my personal life here.
Maybe what we'll do is we'll get them for the art lab.
Yeah. Okay.
And for when we go to the art lab and do our live thing there, we could have the cake to eat it.
God damn it. I love that idea. Okay. God damn it. I love that idea.
It's a good idea.
You should have a submission contest for ideas for the cake.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
I say hate
yeah.
speech for my minority group no one would ever expect. You know, some real minority like,
Yeah.
you know.
like I was saying, like a burning cross with a bunch of Klan hoods on it, you know, watching it and saying like, "Congrats, Bill."
Don't worry, there's just ghosts.
Right.
racist?
Right. I think it'd be great. Do it.
Yeah, make the cake and eat it. We'll make it delicious.
Yeah, for real.
We'll have like a fetus cake. You know, like
Yeah, like one of those fucking
with a
signs.
hanger.
Oh, okay.
With some raspberry jam for the placenta.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Matthew! Is it inside the cake? Is it like cream filled?
Oh yeah,
I mean,
that'd
maybe
be
you could
awesome.
ask a hospital for a donation.
Oh,
of
fuck.
placenta.
Just fuck off on that one.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That's the
I like
icing.
it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, Tampon Trader, maybe we should get onto Placenta Place.
What?
You know, I bet you can order it online somewhere.
I bet you could.
I bet you can.
Google it.
I'm doing it.
Oh
To the dark ends of Google. Dark web. Dark web.
Placenta Amazon.
Oh.
What?
Wow, it's just probably powder.
It's from a pig. Yeah, it's pig placenta.
Oh man.
no. 15,000 milligrams.
I regret eating my placenta. 5 fun things to do with your baby's placenta.
Do you turn it into lube?
You can get pig placenta right here, straight from Japan.
Oh, see what Japan.
How much is it? There's only 4 left, dog.
It's $17.49,
Doug, we have
and
to
we
do
can
it
get
now.
it primed to us.
Oh, you
It's
put
41
right.
cents a
Put
gram.
it in
Here.
the cake.
Ah, sheep placenta
Put it
too,
in the
in
cake.
capsules.
Just ask them frosting. Put it in the frosting.
Oh, I'm
Yes.
not eating your fucking cake.
We're not gonna tell you until after you eat it, Matt. Come
Yeah,
on.
that's why I'm not gonna eat it.
I mean, we're not doing that. What are you talking about?
I couldn't find a
You go
place
with
to
your
buy placenta. Oh wait, AliExpress. Oh,
It's just human
Alibaba.
placenta.
Alibaba, what
Oh.
are you doing? Oh,
God, that's expensive.
Alibaba.
Wait, is that? Okay,
Yeah,
that's-
that looks like-
I thought that was like organ.
I think it's a model.
Oh, it's a model.
It's a
Oh, my.
placenta model.
Oh,
Is this Amazon?
that was
Oh,
Alex.
fuck.
Holding a clothes hanger. I did a bachelorette party cake, and it was a coming penis.
Hey, there you go.
That is offensive.
Yeah, I am offended. This show's unclean.
Yeah.
Oh, it's your topic, by the way.
Oh, sure. Only tech can save us.
Only tech can save us. So a big thing came out this week about Amazon selling their facial recognition technology to the police.
Fuck that shit.
Oh no.
Fuck that shit.
What the fuck? Why is Amazon doing this?
Why do they even have face recognition software? They're like an online site.
Webcams,
Right.
man.
Right. If it was Apple, I'd understand, but not Amazon.
Yeah.
Well, Amazon's got all sorts of random ventures and tech ventures and shit.
Yeah. I guess my
You don't even
Alexa
hear
with the new
about it.
camera is really suspicious, just watching me.
Yeah, and Amazon's ads are just as targeted as anybody else's.
You're right.
Oh
right.
yeah.
I would say.
I told you the solenoid story, right?
Yeah.
I bought this very specific part on the internet off of Amazon, and I go to another computer, and a porn page pops up because I don't know how to close my browsers. And guess what? It's an ad for that solenoid on the side of the fucking
Yes,
porno.
you did say that. Yeah.
Weird.
It got me hard though. Like it did its job.
The ad did
Oh, I love solenoids.
in your butt.
What the fuck is that? I don't
It's
even...
it's a electronic valve that changes pressure for gases. So it's an electronic mechanism. It's an electric actuator is the word.
Did he just use any real words?
No.
Oh my god.
And that's why
You blinded me with science, Matthew.
So yeah, they have become now a cheap mass surveillance dealer,
Yay!
as Forbes has dubbed them.
That's upwards integration because they also sell Halloween masks.
Well, I mean, so Walmart,
Right.
I mean, even uses facial recognition software. They have it on the outside of their fucking building when you walk in.
Right. Mm.
And they say it's for security measures, right? For people they've 86'd and shit like that. But really, the idea is AI can soon be able to recognize emotion, intention, all sorts of shit through your face. And now they can do it like, I shit you not, if you go to the same Walmart enough, you'll see ads for shit that you bought when you walk in on those little TVs.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
So we should just put Scotch tape on our face.
Yeah. Exactly.
There are actually ways to do that. They'll throw it off by putting
Really?
black Scotch tape in weird ways, and it's like, I don't know what that guy's face is. So.
Oh my god.
But I mean, it's a part of it. It's like, yeah, it is. It's weird that they're doing this, but it's almost too. It's like, well, what are they really going to catch me doing anyways? Like, I'm just wanting to smoke up a hole at my house. You know,
Or catch masturbating.
The idea that, I mean, they know where you're. Essentially, if the cops have it registered, they know who you are like that.
Yeah.
You know, that's scary. That they can. I mean, right now in Fort Collins or in Larimer County, if you go to jail, they do a retina scan on you.
Oh.
You know, that's something that you go through when you go to
That's
jail
some Blade
here.
Runner shit.
And that's scary. I've had my retina scan, man.
Does it hurt?
No.
That's nice.
Do you want it? You want to try? Come here.
The retinal one doesn't hurt, but the rectal one does.
Yeah, the rectal scan.
I got those
Full
confused.
3D.
Yeah, I got those confused.
Rectal, rectum, they sound the same.
It was rough, man. It was rough.
It was a rough rider.
Right.
But it prepares you for jail.
Sure.
Training.
Jail training?
That's
What?
why
Yeah.
They're just loosening you up for everyone else.
So I mean, Amazon. There's no telling with Alexa and shit like that what they're able to do. They're a big company. They're a big enough of a company that Walmart finds them a very plausible threat.
Oh, sure.
And a lot of companies do, and they're tied into a lot of shit.
Yeah.
So it's freaky. Even if you don't buy something from them, they know what you've looked up on there.
Oh, yeah, right.
But that's all companies. Data is big money.
Yeah.
Data is big money, and your data is huge. And I mean, shit, your DNA. If you do like these 23andMe shits,
Oh, yeah.
and stuff,
That's
that gets
scary.
put into a fucking database.
Yeah.
That's yours. That's like one of the only things that's yours.
Yeah, and they own that patent on your DNA.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a Monsanto, they own the patent of a monkey so that they could clear a whole forest and make that monkey go extinct without going in trouble, like getting in trouble, because they owned that monkey. They were just destroying their own properties because they're just like, we own the DNA. Doesn't matter. It's our monkey. And no one could fight him on it. It's like, okay, well, so that's where I'm not doing the Ancestry.com because they're like, yeah, we'll straight register and patent your DNA.
A lot of that data is owned by the Mormons.
Yeah, the Mormons. No, seriously, that's true. The Mormons have the largest, and Ancestry.com is owned by the Mormon Church. And they have the largest genealogical database on everybody. Like, not just you, because a big thing is even if you're not attached, if you're blood to, like, some relation with it, you're who they want. You're royalty.
Right. Didn't they crack like a cold case recently because like one of the relatives submitted their tests to like one of those like genetic databases and like, oh shit, that's like a sibling of the person we're looking for.
Yeah, wasn't that the Golden State Killer? Wasn't it?
Didn't they do something?
I think that was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's freaky shit, man. I don't like it. I do not like it. And when will these companies, all of them start owning your DNA? When will insurance companies start using that shit against you?
They're probably already doing that shit.
Probably are. They're going to start requiring you swab your mouth, send it in, find out if you've got cancer coming up in 30 years.
Well, I even heard this technology where they'll take your blood and tell you if you're like deficient on any vitamins and minerals.
Yeah.
And part of me would love to just do that and be like, oh, okay, I need to eat bananas and broccoli and I'll feel better. But it's again, now you're running into this register like, okay, now they own my data. Like, is that worth the service? You're like,
well, it's like with Facebook. Like, none of us pay a subscription for Facebook. They sell our data, but that's because we rather not pay for it.
Well, and we bitch about this one company doing it, but Facebook's been doing it for a long time. They make a good amount of money. That's how you know about us.
Right.
Is because we targeted you.
From the bushes.
We boosted the post.
Yeah.
We watched you and we're like, you might like this.
Like a cruise missile. Coming in hot.
I don't know. I mean, shit. I've seen stuff we've talked about on this podcast.
Yeah.
While on the podcast. Mm-hmm. Like, we'll talk about it, go Google something, and all of a sudden there's a fucking ad for whatever we just talked about on here.
Right.
Although, I'll be honest, it's kind of nice, because like, I'll be talking to my friend about this song, and I'll just start typing into Google, and it just pops up. It sucks, but when it's convenient, it's awesome.
We're talking about the ad targeting, not being a basic bitch that loves popular music.
Hey, Katy Perry's my girl.
Hey, mind you weren't even here. We listened to Roar like 4 times in a row.
Yeah.
No.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking about tonight?
No.
So one thing that Watchdog is suggesting that rather than deleting Facebook, fuck with them. Start doing really weird shit to change the algorithms in your favor. To cause them to think differently of you.
Right.
I mean, and I feel like that's a kind of a cool idea.
So what, you just search dog fighting and like
burritos,
torture porn?
So you're saying I should stop doing that then, if that's the...
Yeah, no, they probably think you're a bot.
Just like a lot of brony things, and then go to archaeology, and then go to,
trombone playing.
There you go, totally. And their AI is going to be like, well, I got
what does this person do?
Like, what if every profile posted this is a bomb threat at the same time?
I would not want to be involved with that team.
Yeah, you would have some people knocking on your door.
Yeah, no.
What's your address?
Such a difference.
Yeah, we're just giving them the heads up. Man's gonna try to make bombs.
Okay, first of all, never mind.
Yeah, leave it at that, Matthew. We don't need that on Facebook.
So we had talked about this. This is almost and the plot thickens. But we had talked about this guy in Florida who they said it was a good chance that his e-cigarette caused an explosion and blew his fucking head off pretty much. And caused a fire that destroyed the house.
Yeah.
And they did now, after examining it further, figure out that yes, it was indeed his e-cigarette. It was a mechanical mod.
Oh, the old school ones.
Yeah, that blew up in his face and killed him.
Right.
That's fucking freaky.
Right?
I mean, that's the benefit. A cigarette won't kill you immediately.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, there are safety features in a lot of this shit, but I think we're being too trustworthy.
No, my sister actually had a battery explode in her room, and it caught fire, and like my family actually worked for this company, so they're like, oh yeah, we'll just replace the carpet, and everyone just shrugged it off and laughed. You're like, no, that's
house was on fire.
Yeah,
you guys.
That's huge. You guys should be paying her hush money because like you don't want people to know that your house could just explode because you have a faulty battery.
Well, what I've found is like a lot of people that like, oh, like my mod exploded. Like it's just a thing that they accept.
Yeah.
Like multiple times.
I just had to go buy another one because my battery exploded.
Camera had a fire happen in his kitchen.
Yes, I did. And just that, it exploded. Sounded like a shotgun.
God damn.
I mean, that should be a lawsuit right there every single time. Like,
good luck, man. They're all Chinese companies. Like, good luck going after them. Now, the company that made this, Smoky Mountain, said that they think it was a battery issue, the way it was connected and shit. But
sure.
With mechanical mods, really, like, we won't touch them. At the shop, we deal with a lot of vape stuff, but we won't touch them because you can easily, you're dealing with electricity and wiring resistances and shit like that. And that's dangerous if you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Right.
I mean, I've seen these batteries blow holes in car doors.
Right. Maybe you should just get like a license for vaping going forward.
We probably should, just so we can keep a database of all of them.
For real.
Yeah, when they
How
stop
does that
showing
make
up.
you feel, Mike?
I'm in.
Yeah, he needs to be number one on your watch list.
How to not be a douche while vaping. There you go. Add that to the...
We can write that book. We'd actually make some money.
Right.
Like a basic 101 guide on vaping and just like douchery.
Get the hipsters to buy it.
Mm-hmm. It's cool. Make it super ironic.
Because it's not cool, but it is cool because we're all buying it together.
Yeah.
That'll be the title of the book. It's like it's so uncool that it's cool because we're all buying it together.
So before we do Deadpool, I wanted to ask a few questions before you because we got to wrap it up early tonight. But so explain this in a nutshell. What you're teaching here?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Well, like the cool thing is that like with crystals, like piezoelectric crystals, like quartz. The reason why we're able to record even sound on computers is that when you put pressure into a crystal, it'll release it as ions, and that's how the computer registers everything that you're saying. And then too, when you put pressure on, again, and if you put electricity into it, it vibrates, and that's why we get those watch functions. So, when I'm doing this over people, I'm just seeing that they're getting like ion baths. I see lots of like twitches of hands, and like it feels very magnetic. When I do it, and that's how I got into it. Some guy just put like a crystal, like, it's like, what does that you feel? And I was like, I don't fucking have any idea. And so I just like delve into it because even my hands they would just do like these twitches, and it's like, oh, okay, that's weird, stop it. And then I go back to So this book just goes through like, hey, here's all these exercises and techniques I figured out, and I don't really even tell like. Honestly, the first half of the book, I don't even tell you, like, I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Like, I don't know. Don't look to me. Who the fuck knows what this is? Like, there's nobody that knows. So, like, if you feel something cool, keep going with it. And then towards the end of the book, I'm like, hey, here's some ideas, but I don't fucking...
Rather than making claims or assumptions on what it is, I like you let people make their own determination.
Yeah, they're going to anyways. It's some spiritual force. It's magic. It's science. It's like,
elemental.
Exactly. And so that's where it's just like, hey, whatever floats your boat. And that's why I kept it short, because I was like, I'm not going to explain this stuff to everyone because, again, you're just getting into this.
You don't want a science lesson. Yeah.
Yeah. I have my science book I've been writing for 2 years, but that's still going to take like 2 more years to like, here's a good theory and proposal of why this is working. But until then, like, I held this over, a crystal over someone's hand and just did this, and they started, like, tears pouring out of their eyes at a call center. 300 people in the room, and they're like, I'm like, are you okay? And they're like, yeah, keep going. And I'm like, all right. And just tears pouring out. And so I've seen some crazy reactions, and that's why I got into it. And that's where even, like, lately, it's like, a lot more people are feeling it, and it doesn't
Right.
take a lot. So that's where the books just sort of be like, hey, here's some things. I don't even know what I'm talking about, because again, scientists don't know what they're talking about, and the mystics don't know what they're talking about. So you figure it out,
Right.
You know.
Yeah. No, I do. I don't know. I guess I would say I'm skeptic in some ways, but not in all. Like, I think that my skepticism comes from the fact that there's this really crazy movement of people that they have an arrogance to them, and they don't seem like they really know what they're talking about. They're just making claims, and when you see like what they claim a stone does, it's the same thing. It's almost like horoscopes of stones.
Yeah.
But I do firmly believe, like, we're electric.
Yeah.
You know, we're made out of, in different composition, we're made out of the same materials that that stones and crystals, we become these things essentially when we die as well.
Right.
And it's, I do believe that there is some power to it, that people, it gets a little scary because of the stereotypical aspect of who's involved.
Yeah.
I would say. You know what I mean?
And they're just parrots. I mean, just people speaking stuff they heard someone say, and they're like, this is the way, wah, wah. And you're like, okay, well, whatever. And, you know, that's why I, you know, encourage just exploring it. And, like, even the science stuff, like, I found an experiment where they put a small electrical charge through a rat cage, and these rats had, like, injuries and lesions, and those rats healed 50% quicker than the rats without the electricity. And so, again, I'm like, well, I know when I'm holding this, there is electricity being made, and it's also pyroelectric, so if it heats up, it's making electricity. And even when photons hit it, it makes electricity. And that's, again, like, bona fide science. And so it's like, even to our skin, I found this, I thought it was just our ears, but all of our skin is piezoelectric. So anytime we put pressure on it, it makes electricity. And that's the electricity that goes to your brain.
Yeah.
And then goes back.
Impulse,
I always wondered, I'm like, where did the first... You know, like, how are we, you know, I never had that anatomy part understood. And when I found that, like, doing the research for my book, I'm like, that makes sense. And again, if we're like, all right, well, we have electricity in our neurons, this is electricity, and those rats are showing improvements. So it's sort of just like, it's assuming a lot. But I feel like it's a logical argument.
That's what theory starts.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like even in many societies, like even ancient societies, there's a lot of, you see a lot of them using stone for ritual and different aspects, and I don't know. I don't think it's bullshit. I think that some of the claims that are put out there by people making wild assumptions, but
totally bullshit.
And I think that, yeah, I mean, because I'm a rock hound. I love finding stones and out and about, but I always feel for it, you know? It sounds weird, but you got to kind of feel for it, for which one.
Yeah, and again, you just, it catches your eye sometimes. Like, I've had stones just like, I know it's right there for some reason, even though I'm not. Yeah, you're just like on a walk, and I feel like there's something coming up. There it is. Okay, cool. I don't, you know, and who knows? I mean, that's to me too. It's like I've done this stuff so long that I'm very sensitive to like this electrical stuff. But and then that's just where
basic geology.
Yeah, exactly. But that's where even, you know, even if people aren't aware of it, it's still happening. And even on a subconscious level, someone may be like super sensitive to just magnetic auras and electromagnetic fields found in nature, and they're just like, oh, that's how I keep finding treasure everywhere. And they don't have any idea, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't. You don't have to be aware of it to be affected by it. Right. If that makes sense.
Now, quartz.
Yeah.
Would you say that is probably the most conductive you found? I mean, that's a piece of smoky quartz, right?
Yeah.
Right,
quartz is really cool because it is, like I said, pyroelectric, piezoelectric, photoelectric. Like, so you've got like, that's awesome.
Yeah.
All this force, and It's made of 1 part silica, 2 parts oxygen, which I find fascinating. It's mostly this lighter substance. But yeah, it is great for creating electricity. Like, that's the shamanic uses, that it's used for amplification of your energies. But if you like think about it, like, well, yeah, it sort of makes sense, because even me talking, the sound is acting as a pressure and creating that into electricity. Right. And I assume even too, we talk about like gamma rays and X-rays from just space. they're going through this all the time, and it's like, well, if they go through a crystal, they must just do the same thing. They're like, oh, okay, I'm converted to electricity because the crystal doesn't want me.
I mean, shit, you wouldn't have fucking gold without quartz. I mean, quartz and iron are key components in that, and that's an ultra-conductive. And
yeah, well, the planet's like 93% silica, so that's where it's just like, oh, it's all electric.
It's such an abundant,
so. But there's a lot of thought behind it, and that's where I'm hoping that one day we can get some more tests done, maybe open a science academy, get some real stuff going. But in the meantime, people can still play with it. And I've even online shown just some pictures, and people are like, oh, I did that, and I felt this, and what the fuck did you do to me? And, like, even someone thought I broke their crystal, and, like, they had to call them. I'm like, no, like, I didn't.
Because you send, when they buy a hardback, you send a piece of
when this person was doing this, when they buy it from me, they can buy it from me personally, and I'll send that out. Like, the Amazon one doesn't have, like, a package.
Right.
So, but someone was doing this stuff, and they're like, oh, this big crack happened in this. And I'm like, no, like, this isn't some voodoo hoodoo stuff. Like, this is, you just didn't notice this. And, you know, but they're, like, having, like, some people are having tremors in their hands, or they're feeling, like, floods of heat in their head or their feet, and I'm just like, you know, like, I don't know what you're feeling and what's going on, but, like, cool. You know, like, the funniest story I ever had was I was at a bar at Hodie's, and I was doing some circle tricks to someone, and the bouncer was like, dude, I don't know what you're doing, but you're making my balls tingle, and can you please stop?
Oh, my God.
And I was just like, whoa! I
hope you're being
I wasn't
serious.
doing it to him. I was just like, you know, as far as away from the cameraman. I was just like, and he's just like, hey, like, I don't know what's going on, but...
That must have been weird. Like, my balls have never tingled in my life. I'm trying to even imagine it. Like, he must have been...
Except for right now.
Just a little bit.
I'm feeling tingly.
No.
A little bit.
So, yeah, I did my best to draw, like, little things. Yeah, go ahead.
What would you define as a terminated crystal?
So the quartz that you have, terminated just means pointed. So like this is a pointed one. It's just got a natural point. And because what's nice is, like, let's say if, you know, this, my hand is the rock wall it grew off of, right? Mm-hmm. This is always going to be your south pole, and this is always going to be your north pole when you squeeze it.
Right.
And what's weird is when you pull it, it flips. That's the only way to flip the polarities. If you pull it, if this is always north, it's now south. And that's something I found out recently. I'm not really sure how that is, like, applicable at all. But again, it's sort of it's a scientific fact that no, this will always, when being squeezed, this will be your north pole and this is your south. Oh, nice, selenite.
Doug's gonna try to stab me.
It's a little dusty, but that's a piece I found years ago.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's great. Oh, that is beautiful. But yeah, all of these are terminated. I've just found it, like, makes it stronger. And what's cool is, like, if you do this practice enough and you get sensitive, my next book is going to be about, like, this is how you do it without a crystal. Because, like, some of the techniques is you squeeze a crystal and you can feel, like, this string being pulled out of your hand, but you can do that with just your fingers. Hands, it feels.
I've seen that. It's
because it's like, have you ever played those, like, witchcraft games as a kid where they're like, little egg over your yolk and we're digging a hole, and then you have all this weird experience. It's like, in some ways, that's literally what you're playing with, is someone's electrical field and
their sensory and.
Yeah. So.
Fuck yeah. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, it's just something fun. I mean, this is exactly the thing that when I put my hand over, it was just pulsing, and that was the first time I was like, oh, and then it would pulse, and then that was like, okay, something's here. I'm not just insane. And I did that for an hour because, I mean, I grew up Christian, and my family, some of my family still thinks I'm going to hell because I'm dealing with witchcrafts, and I'm like,
the voodoo.
Yeah, I'm like, no, it's a science, man. I'm trying to figure it out. And they're like, nope, you're going to hell.
Well, you're fucking with science. You're going to hell.
Yeah, that's true too. Right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really I'm stoked to see you put this out.
Thank you.
I'd recommend anybody out there to go check it out. We do have our links on the page for him. You can also follow him on Instagram and Facebook at Ross Busby Art. but it is called Terminated Crystal Techniques. I believe you are our first published author.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the show.
Am I now? Awesome, awesome. I'm glad to help you guys
he should
step it
be,
up.
because he's a good author.
But he forgot his butt plugs.
He did. Yeah. He forgot his butt plugs, except for the one he's sitting on.
Yeah.
The reason why I haven't stood up yet.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you don't want it to fall out. Have all the good and plenty spill.
How much are the hardbacks?
So I sell them, like in person, I sell them for $10. Shipping is $5 anywhere in the U.S. The Amazon price is like $12.50, and you can get like free shipping on. I mean, depending on if you have Prime and all that other stuff. So, oh, look at that
sale.
And yeah, thank you. And I'll sign it.
Yeah.
And you have a first edition, limited edition. So,
that'll take a second to dry. But
yeah, exactly. Oh.
Do you have more of those on you?
I do.
Oh God! Afterwards, I'm buying one.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and I'll get more crystals, and you know,
I've got a ton as well outside.
Cool.
We went and robbed Manhattan a couple of years ago. You ever been to Manhattan, Colorado?
No. Oh no.
There is courts everywhere.
Let's do it.
Everywhere.
Let's
and
do it.
it's up. There's actually, they've proved, like, tested water and alkali or pHs and shit and found that there's a mother lode up there. But nobody's tapped into it. Ooh. And by the time some started to be really found, they'd moved the town out of there. And so...
It's sort of a ghost town. They gave up on the project.
Yeah,
like
there's like some
95% done.
camperings and shit still up there and stuff. It's awesome. Yeah. It's up past... it's in between Pooter Canyon and Red Feather.
Really? Okay.
Manhattan.
Not that far away.
I thought you were fucking with me at first.
No, I'm serious.
I thought you were talking about New York. Like.
Yeah. Well, that's what I meant.
New York!
Like, why would... The only rocks you find in New York is
we got a
crack
haul
rock.
ass on this, guys. Everybody get your...
Deadpool?
Your Deadpool in right now. Your celebrities, if you're in the chat room, get them in. You get to pick 2. We got to go quick because I've got to leave soon.
Can I go first?
No.
Oh.
Yes. Just give me a second, sweetheart. I'm working on it.
I can't do Jane Goodall, right?
Yeah,
I think she's on here. Or not on here. I don't think
is
she's
she live?
Yeah. She's doing well though.
Yeah,
really?
She's doing pretty well.
Yeah, dude.
I was joking because I thought she passed away.
No.
You're fucking fuck, Matt.
Who are you gonna say?
Monkeys take
Archie Manning.
So
Archie. Come on, bitch.
Whoa. Okay.
Both my your O's are big.
Well, so I think Archie Manning is going to die because Peyton and Eli are going to kill him.
I feel like you said him once already, but
I'm going for the whole fucking family. Yeah, whole fucking family. And then my other one is what's the lead singer of Mushroom Head's name?
Which one?
I don't know. The one that's going to be there tonight.
There's 2 of them.
Well, I picked the other one.
Yeah. I'll pick one. Matt will pick the other one.
All right.
Who is it? Guy
I think. See, they haven't announced who their new singer is, but I think it's still Jeffrey Nothing, just under a different name.
Okay, Jeffrey Nothing, and I think you're gonna kill him.
You think so?
I see it.
I'm gonna brainwash you, and then you're gonna give me points.
That's what cheating is.
My mushroom head.
I'm working on it. My fucking computer is
I'm
really
sorry,
lagging, man.
Doug, calm down.
It's really lagging.
Stop hitting me.
Mushroom head.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Machida, everything. That's alright. Just do the next one.
I have to.
Oh, it's just frozen.
Yeah.
Should we write them down by?
Mushroom.
Should we do it like barbarians? Okay. Yes, with a crowbar.
And you want J-Man?
Jane Goodall and then the other lead singer. If I get 2.
My man.
Got you.
In a fire. Daggy's gonna burn. Allegedly.
Don't wish that upon us.
I know.
I'm taking my kid, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, Megatron will get out safe.
Yeah, Megatron always gets off the safe.
It's not too far of a walk if you get crushed by a piece of the stage, right? He can make it. Just tell him to give me a call. Give him a ride home.
Come on, bitch.
Getting hell rude.
I might have to write these down and
Do it
later.
The old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
Like a doctor.
Like a surgeon.
Whoa.
Well, you can't get flagged for a parody, right?
Pretty
No.
sure Weird Al made more money than Madonna did, though.
Oh my God, he
Yes.
probably. Did you know Madonna used to date Tupac?
You're full of shit.
No, look it up later.
Yeah, I think they were together for a little
Yeah.
bit. If I'm not mistaken. Thank you, man. I'm
And
excited.
I think he broke
My
up with her
wife
in
is gonna
prison.
love that too.
Okay.
She's gonna be super
And
stoked.
she can reach out anytime. So I even have like a little secret Facebook group I'm building for people that buy the book, so they can sort of
Nice.
like, hey, I'm not crazy that this happened, right? And people are like, oh yeah, that happened to me too, you know.
In your next edition, put some of these in the book as testimonials,
Yeah.
and
That's
part
a
of the
great
intro, and even on the back. You know, one of them on
Yeah.
the back. That,
'Cause it's easy to even make revisions to your book. Like,
Oh,
it's so easy with Create Space. They're just like,
Create
what
Space is
edition
awesome.
is this? And how
Oh,
many
yeah.
times have you changed it? And like, all right, it's this much, and it's done. And you're like,
Oh, that's a
thank
great
you.
program.
Oh, it's amazing.
Okay, and very minimal take. They don't really take much. From
No,
you.
no.
And aren't they plugged into Amazon too?
They are.
It goes
Amazon. They
Amazon
are.
and Kindle as well. So
Yeah, and you can do music through them now and film through them now.
it's so easy. And me having a little bit of graphic design background, it's like, oh, this is like extremely easy to do all of this.
So you
stuff.
designed all the diagrams and everything.
Everything, yeah, and I can do it for people. Like I helped a few people publish their book for like $100. I was like, yeah, I'll just bam, bam, bam. If you have the pictures done,
Love it.
I'll throw it in there. We'll get it sent off.
I've got InDesign. I need to use it more.
I'll show you how.
InDesign's great.
It's really easy, except for publishing books. It's so easy.
'Cause I've got a bunch of like short stories and,
Oh, fuck yeah.
and poetry and lyrics.
We should get big.
Who's next? Who's next?
Oh, Betty White.
I think Betty's on.
I
here.
put
She's
her on there.
here, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that was
You'll
pretty
get
cool.
no points for it.
Okay.
Because
Okay,
she's
because
up
points
there.
work, so it's 100 minus their age.
Okay.
So
oh, okay.
if Vern Troyer was 49, so dude got
Oh.
51 points.
Wow.
And you get negative points if they go above 100. Because I've tried that.
Yeah, negative points.
What's the most relevant Jonas brother?
Oh, Nick Jonas. Yeah. That's
Put
a
that
good
one on.
Or there's the dude from One Direction that's
Harry Styles?
Yeah.
Not Harry.
I might put Harry on there.
You're a Harry on there.
That was a secret, okay?
I know.
You get one more.
Oh. Let's put Bill Gates.
Ooh,
I like it.
good
Autoerotic
one.
asphyxiation.
Yeah. It's, oof, right, yeah.
The robot hand didn't
He
let
sounds
go.
like Kermit when he talks.
Because the robot didn't let go.
Mr. Mike?
Anne Hathaway.
Ooh.
Oh, that was.
She died drenched in my semen.
Yes.
Nice.
It's better
I
get to work
love
on
Because
it.
it's
that.
chunky, she choked
Yeah,
on it.
yeah,
Oh.
totally.
You should get that checked out.
Yeah,
It's like-
well, after I kill
He's,
it,
he's shooting yogurt.
Yeah,
It was like
Straight up.
chewing glass.
shooting
Yeah.
Noosa.
Straight Greek.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think I need medical
you
help.
should ruin porn for me.
And then Andy Samberg.
He's like a cockroach. He's not going to die.
He might be the one to go from autoerotic asphyxiation.
I believe that.
This is how he goes night night.
Yeah. Because he threw it on the ground.
So I'm going to throw out on a limb Melissa Etheridge.
I don't even know who that is. Is she a real celebrity?
Yeah, she's a very famous like lesbian singer.
It's not funny.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
What's she
I
saying?
mean, yeah.
Come to my window.
Oh yeah, she should die.
It's
She should
really
die.
not good music. It's like
Don't talk to us about bad music. We spent so much time listening to ABBA and Ace of Base today.
Shut up. That was a good.
Oh my god.
Ace of Base is awesome.
And then for my next one, I'm gonna say Rush Limbaugh.
Alright. I can see that. He used to take a lot of oxycodone a day, so his liver's probably fucked.
Nobody
good
else
Deadpool.
has entered their Deadpool picks. We've got nobody in the room picking them?
That's sad.
What the fuck?
Come on, Adam.
I'm gonna refresh and see. You guys better hurry up.
Greg Louganis. Is he still alive?
You're Louganis.
Yeah. Yeah, nobody else has guessed.
I want to talk about Matt's glass.
No.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about Matt's glass real quick. We said we would. I've got to get out of here very
You got
quickly.
Oh,
though.
for
8
sure.
minutes.
Yeah, I did not bring any dildos on the show because I suck.
No, you brought one dildo.
I'm not a dildo.
Yeah, you are.
So, got a couple of my pieces I made. Little fucking hammer pipe and a fucking implosion marble.
That's pretty cool, I guess.
I'm never coming on the show again.
That's fine.
No, I think it's awesome. I really love the
Yeah.
marble.
Don't fucking lie to him, dog.
I know you know that. She's all good.
You guys can get glass from him at. We have it at the Joint. We have a
Yeah.
lot of Chesler's glass. He makes a wicked pickle Rick.
I do.
A wicked pickle Rick. He's actually. It's really awesome to see how far he's come since he
thank you.
started. He's definitely crushed it.
Even since the
Been
last time
super
he's been on the
dedicated.
podcast.
Yeah. He's
Like,
come a long way. Yeah.
You know, he's not splitting good and plenties on his lap.
Yeah.
He
I
hasn't
know how
even
to hear
tried to
myself.
pronounce gorilla this time.
Fuck no, I know I can't say that word.
Exactly. He's making changes.
Guerrera?
Guerrera?
Guerrera.
Sorry, Matt.
I love you, Matt.
You
I
can
do
punch
too.
them.
You can follow Matt at GlassMD on Instagram. Also, look him up on Facebook if you want. But come on by the Joint, too, and check out some of his glass. And I do have to say, if you're in the Fort Collins or northern Colorado area, 7/10, we won't be doing a show unless we do it live from the shop, because we are going to be throwing a free Nappy Roots concert at the Joint. Yes, Nappy fucking Roots. Guys, Jay Mays will be throwing down with that. And so will Christopher Mackey, comedian. Yeah. And THC, who we've had on the show. Robert, he will be throwing down as well.
Hey, did you see also he's going to open for Chanel West Coast?
Yeah.
Can he get us tickets for that?
He
you
probably
think?
can.
I want to date rape Chanel West Coast. I mean, I want to hang out with Chanel West Coast.
Yeah, I got you.
Yes,
Drink.
have this foaming beer, Chanel West Coast. Does this rag smell like chloroform?
Well, you guys get your copy of Terminated Crystal Techniques from Ross. Get it on Amazon. We have the links in here. We will post the links up in the chat room as well. And we'll post links for you to follow him on social media. Thank you for coming, man. We really appreciate it. I hope you
this
had
was
fun.
fun. This was a lot
You're
of fun.
welcome
It was
back
great.
anytime.
Anytime.
Starting next month, we will be doing live remote streams where you can come and join us as the audience, folks. Here at the Art Lab in town.
Yep.
We'll keep you posted on those dates. Next week, we have a father-son duo. Yeah. Marky and Phil Payton.
Oh.
Peyton boys.
And real quick, I'm going to do a plug before I say goodbye to Matt. But you can get us on YouTube, Facebook, both of those at Not Governed by Reason. You know, you can get us on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Podcast Republic, Google Music, or Google Play Music, all sorts of places. You can find us around the web. Everywhere. You can get us on Instagram at Not Governed by Reason. And you can get us on Twitter at the NGBR Podcast. We have a website that we never update, but it does have our Deadpool.
It's there, yeah.
On there. www.notgovernedbyreason.com. We will see you guys next Tuesday. But first, thank you, Matt, you beautiful motherfucker. We love you on the show.
Thank you,
And
Robbie.
your glass skills are looking sexual, although I am very pissed off you didn't bring any sex toys
I
or butt
fucked
plugs.
I fucked up.
You fucked up bad. You promised, you did not deliver. Till next week, guys. We love you.